Hi guys, Air Hunter here. So today we're going to be looking at the ARKEN ZULUS 5-20 LRF version day-night scope. Let's take a look and see what's in the box. So I won't bore you with the unboxing. I've got it laid out on the table here. You can see we have the eye protector, which just screws onto this side. You have the microfiber cloth for cleaning, complete instruction manual, USB transfer data cable plus charger, small Allen key, and you do get the scope mount, but I've already mounted that. It's just 4 screws there. It's one Allen key for the 4 screws there. That just mounts it to the scope, and then 3 Allen keys there, same Allen key, and you mount that to your Picatinny rail. So front to back, got the ocular focus, you got the front focus, you've got the flip cap which does spin around so you can have it out of your way. You have a built-in IR and the laser rangefinder. Go for the buttons: power, settings, day or night, and then you have the IR button there. I think there's 6 levels of IR, 6 different power levels of IR, and then your record button at the front. Very simple, very easy, very small. On this side we have an extra Picatinny rail, so you can add an extra IR or any other accessories that you'd like. And if we unscrew this, it's quite a tight one this, but if we unscrew this, in here you have where you place your micro SD card and the charge cable. And this does have an O-ring on, so that does keep it nice and watertight. Now let's go through some features and through some specs, and let's see what we think of it. Hi guys, so bold statement here. I've had this scope around about 2 weeks, and I've got to be honest, I think this is the best £600 scope on the market today that you can buy. It is unbeatable at £600. I'm not going to compare it to any one particular scope because there's loads of good ones out there, so I'm not deterring you from any other scope, but for £600 I don't personally think you can beat this. I'm not getting paid for this review, I'm just telling you exactly how it is. I've had it 2 weeks and this is what I think. So I'll go through some features, through some specs, and then some pros and cons. We'll do the imagery at the end and let the scope speak for itself. So features: it has a 1-click zero, detachable eye protector which just screws on the end of there. You don't have to have this, probably better if you're on a rim or centre fire for a bit of recoil. A digital zoom wheel which is just on the back of there. It's really small as you can see, but very easy to use. There's a plus and minus, so you know whether you're zooming in or out. You've got the gyroscope. It does boast an 8-hour battery life. It just takes the 118-650 battery in. It needs to be flat top, and the one with a little nipple on the end or whatever you call it will not work. It has to be a flat top 18650 battery. If you put this scope in standby mode, and by doing that you just press the power button once, then it boasts 16 hours of battery life. So enough to suffice for one hunting session, definitely. You've got the laser rangefinder built in and a ballistic calculator. You've got also the built-in IR torch. There is an app that you can download whether you're on iOS or if you're on Android, and you can there's 2 apps. There's one that's just the ARKEN app and the other one's the ballistic calculator app. You can save multiple profiles on this, so you don't just have to have the one and keep changing. You can just change the different profiles for different ammunition and so on. You have different reticles on this also. I think there's 6 different reticles and 6 different colours, which is nice, really nice feature. And also picture-in-picture mode, which is also a really nice feature. Now, generally, the picture-in-picture on a lot of scopes is quite blurry. I can tell you right now, this is not. It's a fine picture, a fine picture. I'll go through a few specs then. So specs, it has the Sony Starvis 2 CMOS sensor. I don't know what that means. I know it's meant to be good. It probably means a lot more to you guys than it does to me, but it's part of the specs. Also a 60 Hz OLED screen, so when you look through the main screen, you've got an OLED screen. By the way, that's beautiful to look through. Absolutely beautiful to look through. Quality picture. An IP67 water rating, so that's very good. Wireless software and firmware updates, so that does save hooking it up with your USB cable to your laptop and having a whole lot of messing around to do. It's 8 inches long, not very long at all, which is very good. And it only weighs 20.6 ounces, which is good for me. And weight's a big thing for me. I like it. I like a scope to be as light as humanly possible, especially when you're humping it around on a rifle all day long, in and out the barns. You know, it's okay if you're laid prone, but when you're humping it around and walking around, it does become a bit of a drain as the day goes on. So you've also got, it records in high def at 60 FPS. And you'll see that for yourself when you see the footage. I'll go through the pros then. So obviously it's very small, very lightweight. Feels like you've got nothing on your rifle when it's mounted. You don't feel like you've added anything to it, which is, again, another bonus for me. I suppose the biggest thing for me on this is the weight, and the imagery is absolutely beautiful. So much to the point that on night times, and I'm looking at rabbits, you can actually see flies buzzing around the rabbits. And I've got some recorded footage of that, I'm sure I have. But you can, I promise you can see it. That's how detailed it is. Obviously, it's only 600 quid. I just think it's a bargain. I wish this had been out when I first started buying day and night vision scopes. You've got the Picatinny rail on the side and where you put your micro SD card, as I've shown you. Yeah, fantastic. I suppose the only cons is it didn't come with a battery and it didn't come with a micro SD card. Not a real big thing, is it, in the grand scheme of things? So, you know, to get, what is it, 10 quid for an SD card, another 15 quid for a couple of 18650 batteries. Remember, they are flat top, so don't try to force in anything else. And I just think it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Very small, very handy, and everything you want as a pest controller. Yeah, I suppose it's all well and good me talking about it, but let's get some footage up and let you speak for itself, basically. Take care, guys. So I'm just using the top of my garage to rest on. This house is 450 yards away exactly. I've used the laser rangefinder. We're at 5x zoom. I'm going to scroll right through to 20x zoom. I've got it focused on this house, so let's just zoom through. 5x zoom, 7.5 zoom, 10% zoom, 12.5 zoom, 15, 17.5 and 20x zoom. You can see the berries on this tree. Just beautiful colours. Here's some pigeons around about 40-50 yards. It was raining all day long, so you can see they're all fluffed up and look a bit dishevelled. But I just think the detail is really good here. So this rabbit is out at around about 80 yards away. You see me zooming in. Same again, fantastic picture. So this fence is exactly 102 yards away. So we're moving on to nighttime footage now, guys. Hope you all enjoy. So this rabbit's about 20 yards away. Just looking at the fur on the rabbit, I don't think I've ever seen that on any other scope. The detail has just blown me away. So that wraps up another review. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you ASAP. Thanks, guys.